It's a privilege and an honor to join you today and share a few words. And we're in a time, as I've shared with my team. On March 13th, we sat in the locker room at Madison Square Garden when our game was called at halftime against St. John's, and that was the last time that team was together until just this past week. So we're living in a time of where we're going to have to be able to adapt. We're going to have to be able to adjust, and I've really sent a message to our team that things are going to be different this year, and we have to figure out a way to do different better than everybody else. And as I think about this campaign and how important it is, we've always given back to the communities that we live in. It's been important to Teresa and I. I just believe a vibrant community is important to all of us. And, let's be honest, a great community makes it easier for me to recruit. And I grew up on a farm in eastern Iowa, and my grandfather used to say, if you take care of the horses, you take care of the ranch. And I really believe in much the same way, supporting those in our community that may not be able to support themselves, that are less fortunate, that need our help, is absolutely necessary for a healthy community. And that's a big reason why Teresa and I have been supporters of United Way since 2010. I've always believed that people, they'll never forget what you say, or they may forget what you say. They may forget what you do, but they'll never forget how you make them feel. And I really believe that the only thing that matters at the end of the day is, did you do something to help someone's life? And I believe the programs that United Way offers does exactly just that. And it's a big reason that we've been involved in United Way for over a decade. And I believe in the power of a team-based approach. The United Way does an unbelievable job of bringing the right players to the table, develop strategic plans that make the best use out of everybody's strengths. And when this community is working together and is in a strategic way, good things happen. And I think we'll see more wins and more stories like we heard from the three panelists today. I've seen the value of having a cohesive team time and time again throughout my 32 years as a college basketball coach. Clark mentioned we were fortunate to win a Big East championship this year, and I think the power of teamwork was never more evident than it was with this past year's team. We had a late decision the year before by Martine Krompel on June 1st to decide to stay in the NBA draft and pursue a professional career overseas. We had preseason injuries to likely starters Davion Mintz and Jacob Epperson. So the power of people stepping up and getting out of their comfort zone and doing something that maybe wasn't exactly how they had envisioned their role on our team was evident throughout the season, whether it was Damian Jefferson having to slide over and play the center position, or Denzel Mahoney having to do the same thing. Jet Canfield, who was a walk-on that had not played any meaningful minutes for our team in the past, but stepped into a huge role when we defeated Texas Tech, who was ranked 10th in the country at the time, in Las Vegas, the night after a terrible loss to San Diego State. So example after example of people doing things that they didn't need to do for the betterment of our team. And really, that's what we're talking about today as we attempt to help our community. Obviously, there's challenge that our community is facing right now are far greater, with much higher stakes than any we could experience on a basketball court. But I think the same principles really apply. We're going to be better if we continue to work together, and that's going to lead me to a story that I like, and it can be a little bit funny, I guess. But a mother was having a hard time getting her son to go to school in the morning, and he said, "Mom, I don't want to go. Nobody in the school likes me. The teachers don't like me. The kids don't like me. The superintendent wants to transfer me. The bus drivers don't like me. The school board wants me to drop out, and the custodian's having it in for me. I just don't want to go to school." And the mother said, but son, you have to go to school. You're healthy. You have a lot to learn. You have something to offer others, and you're a leader. and besides, you're 40 years old and you're the principal, so that you have to go. So, as I think about that story, I think we've all felt like that principal in the above joke. Whether we're a mother or father, whether we're a boss or we're in charge of a, part of our company, whether it's as a husband or a wife, we're in charge, yet the charges that we're responsible for can sometimes be a real challenge. And when you're in a position of leadership, I think leadership always has a price. Obviously, it can be full of rewards, but at times the price can be pretty heavy. Everyone expects you in the role of a leader to boost them, but I think at times we ask ourselves, but who boosts us? And you ask yourself the question, why do I have to do so much? And I think the answer to that is really simple. To whom much is given. There's a quote that says, you can judge a man by whether he will ask for a light load or a strong back. And it's really the principle of the principle I just referred to. To whom much is given, much is required. And, that's as we make decisions about supporting our community through the United Way, many of us have been blessed, and that's why we're in a position to try to help our community. And I know many of you have been longtime supporters of the United Way of the Midlands. I applaud you for that. Your dedication and commitment is much appreciated. And as they kick off their 2020 campaign, I think this year, like never before, is a time for us to come together, to give it our all, and to leave it all on the court. This community really needs a win right now. People that are struggling need a win. And please join me and be part of these wins by supporting United Way and encourage others to do the same. After all, to whom much is given, much is required.